Hi there, everyone. This is Coco, and I would like to give you a warm welcome as I'm sitting here recording our very first podcast of Coco Unapologetic and Raw. I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting this movement of getting our mindsets right in order to achieve fitness success. As you know, it was a deep desire of mine to film my Instagram stories after listening to so many people's requests to send them transcripts of my Insta stories. So here we are, our first episode, and hopefully one of many. So what's my why? I'm sure you're wondering, why am I doing this? Well, it is my desire that through these podcasts, many of you will realize that you are not alone on this journey and that you can achieve your fitness goals if you have the right mindset, which is really where my mantra originated from. Mind over heart, mind over matter, mind over everything. Today's session is going to be a mashup of 3 important topics that I discussed in my Instagram stories. As you know, this beast of a weight loss journey is not just about losing the weight, but about addressing the root issue of why we got to obesity in the first place. It is vital to address those issues and make peace with them in order to remain successful in our weight loss journeys and avoid the regain. It is almost the end of January, so where are we so far? Forbes magazine revealed that just 8% of people actually achieve their weight loss resolutions come December. So where are you now? We're only 9 days away of wrapping up the end of the month. How are you doing? After 5 years and 238 pounds lost during this journey, I have come up with 3 beliefs of why people struggle so much in losing weight. The first one being that people use scapegoats to not address the core issue of why they are where they are. A scapegoat is an individual who one uses as an excuse as to why they are not meeting their fitness goals. We all have them. I used for many years my abusers as my scapegoats. For many years, I blamed my abusers, causing me to hate myself to a point that I weighed 418 pounds. When I was able to address that pain and move forward, my husband became my scapegoat. I blamed him for causing me a heartache that made me gain weight. I blamed him for not eating clean when I was on a diet. I blamed him for not being supportive when I had to go to the gym. When I finally made peace with that, I started blaming my mother. Then it was my coworkers. And finally, my sister. As you can see, I could have very well stayed there and continued on the self-destructive pattern of blaming everyone for my inability to discipline myself, to stop eating junk and work out. But using a scapegoat and not taking accountability was so much easier, isn't it? After many months of completing reflection exercises, which by the way are going to be posted at the end of this blog, I was able to release and started taking accountability for my part, and as a result, the weight started coming off. I started making progress. I started being successful. Soon after that, I was able to focus on the second thing, which was to find my driving force. A driving force is what's motivating you to keep going. As you think about this, I want you to reflect on a few questions. Do you need a cheerleader to continuously root for you when you just can't go on? Do you need people to constantly tell you how good of a job you're doing or how hot you're looking to keep you focused? If you answered yes to any of these questions, know that you're setting yourself up for failure. Why? Well, because your drive is contingent on what others do or tell you. Then you are operating under the influence and power of others. You're not able to stand on your own. What happens when there's nobody else on those sidelines cheering you on? What happens when someone is not there to tell you that you're looking good? You shut down. People shut down. I shut down when suddenly there was no reason to do things because my foundation was based on what others were thinking and saying rather than what I was thinking about myself. My driving force was obviously rooted on people and what they had to say about my journey. So what are you doing today to work on making you the sole driving force of your journey? What do you do when there aren't any cheerleaders rooting for you? Do you shut down? Do you throw a tantrum? Or do you keep just pushing through? The last thing that is powerful to address is dealing with stop signs. So what is a stop sign? I got a lot of feedback in my Instagram when I refer to people as stop signs. Stop signs are people who have an issue with you. This issue can very well be rooted in resentment, guilt, jealousy, or just their own bitterness. The problem with stop signs is that they are just that, a stop sign. They are untouchable, meaning that they will be there and cause you to stop wherever it is that you are in your journey or whatever it is that you're doing. The problem with stop signs is that they are just that, a stop sign. They are untouchable, meaning that they will be there and cause you to stop whatever it is that you're doing, leaving you with only 2 options. The first, engage. The problem with engaging is that when you engage more so than often, you end up being the bad guy or the bad girl. I recall one coworker who often would say remarks under her breath, shame me for having excess skin under my arms, and it was months and months of this until I couldn't take it anymore and blew up in front of others. Well, she became the victim and I the wicked witch of the East. After countless of these experiences, I learned that many of these stop sign people are really masters at playing the victim and never own what they say. I learned to save my energy and truly learned that their aggression had absolutely nothing to do with me, but everything to do with them. This gave me a sense of freedom and empowerment to keep going and to learn to deal with insecure people. Who are the stop signs in your life? How are you responding to them when they come looking to get a reaction out of you? During this year, it is my desire that we constantly keep checking for our scapegoats, our driving force, and learning to deal with stop signs to keep a healthy mindset and conquer our goals. I honestly believe that if we're able to conquer these 3 giants through our weekly reflections and follow-ups, we will smash our goals come December. I know we will. I know I will. Addressing these 3 issues will help us along our journey. I honestly believe that if we are able to conquer these 3 giant issues through weekly reflections and follow-ups, we will smash our goals come December. I know we will. I know that I will. Addressing these 3 issues will help me along my journey. I'm living proof that addressing these issues work. Food for thought, my peeps. Try the homeworks on the blog and join me on our next Coco Unapologetic and Raw session. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you all for your endless support, your letters, your messages, and just for rooting for this movement. Have a great one and be blessed, folks.